Hello YouTube and welcome to Turmoil in the Toybox. I'm your host Aaron Hauser and today we'll be reviewing NECA's Gremlins Mogwai Series 1. This is the first of, I believe, 2 series of Gremlins related Mogwai that they're actually going to do. The next, I believe, is supposed to be released in the winter of this year, I believe. If not, the spring of next year. So, yeah, first things first, here is Gizmo. He's always been my personal favorite. This is actually modeled off the Gizmo from the second film, Gremlins 2, The New Batch. Personally, I always thought the animatronics, the creature design, as well as Gizmo, way better in the second one. There was more, articulation of the character, made them seem a bit more lifelike. Very, very cool. Huge Joe Dante fan, love his work. But I always thought that the creature design for this was great, and NECA's sculpt for this really does do this character and the work that went into it a lot of justice. First off, the features, it's got a fairly limited articulation. You can move the arms, you can move them up and down very carefully. Forward, back, there's a little rotation on the elbow joint right there. The hands also do rotate a little bit, but not a whole lot. Plus, if you have his hands up, he's kind of got this divot in the side, which is kind of weird. But he has some rotation on his legs, not a whole lot, just enough to kind of get him in, one straight forward stance and keep him there. His ears do sort of rotate a little. That's kind of cool. As with the previous Gizmo figure, he does have his head on a ball joint. One thing I like about this is this Gizmo does not have as much neck as the last one did, and I'll get to that a little later with the comparison between the two. But yeah, the sculpt, the paint is very good on here. There was some kind of smudging on the one that I got. It's a little but other than that, it's pretty good. A very cool feature to this is that there is a ball joint on the back portion of the head that you can use to roll and position the eyes. Now, you kind of have to work to get them so that he doesn't look like a Down syndrome crack addict, but if you actually kind of mess around with it and get it, let's see, about maybe there, I guess, you can make them look pretty good. The ball joints located back here, like I said, and it basically works just like a joystick, and you kind of just go either which way to position it, and then kind of just leave it. So, like that, he kind of looks more like Daffy there from a New Batch than anything, but yeah, Mogwai hangovers are never a good thing. Of course, I don't even know a hangover that could give you eyes that fucked up. Anyways, get that kind of about right there. That works. So, that's Gizmo for you. The other two that were included in this line were, of course, George and Lenny. We'll scoot Gizmo over here for a second. These two have the exact same articulation, the exact same kind of body structure, and they also still have the eyes that are able to be positioned with the ball joint in the back of the head. So that's pretty cool. Size comparison wise, this one's a little taller, this one's a little shorter. I mean, the Mogwai always kind of varied depending on, their stature or which character trait they got stuck with, so. But yeah, that's about it for these guys. Another cool one that they released in this Gremlins line was the San Diego Comic-Con 2011 exclusive Comic-Con Gizmo, which he'll just kind of scoot him over there. And go back there. This one has the exact same design, pretty much. The only difference is he comes with sunglasses that are removable, and he has this little Comic-Con lanyard, which is kind of cool, and it's got a whole bunch of kind of a little info there for his day pass or whatever. So hello, there he goes. yeah, pretty much the exact same figure as the one that was released a few months later. So that's pretty cool. If you're, you have a lot of fun at Comic-Con or you get into that, it's a good little extra to pick up. It's not that expensive. Speaking of price, these run for about 14 to 15 bucks online, depending on where you buy it from. Check Amazon.com, EntertainmentEarth.com. They normally have pretty good prices on it. The best I've found so far was at Toys R Us. They had these each for about, I want to say it was like $11.99, $12.99, something like that. But they weren't all that pricey. Probably just because they're smaller, a little easier to produce toy-wise. So, yeah. A question I get a lot of the time with this figure is, how does this new one compare size-wise to the original NECA release of Gizmo? And I actually happen to have that one here, so we'll scoot him over. As you can see, these are both very different designs. The Gizmo on the left is, of course, the one that most people know from Gremlins, the first film. Like I said, he's got kind of a bit more neck, which makes him look odd. He looks like he should be a bobblehead, but he's not, so that's kind of a little weird to me. He is pre-positioned for pretty much everything. So his arms, his arm can rotate up and down on this arm. His hand is kind of molded just one way to hold the 3D glasses while he's looking at comic books, and this arm just goes forward, backward, that sort of thing. There's no rotation on the hands on this one, and very little in the way of rotation for the neck. The feet are one solid chunk, so you can kind of spin it, rotate it, whatever, but there's not a whole lot of durability on this. Good display piece if you actually are a big Joe Dante Gremlins fan. And, as any fan can tell you, there is a difference between, the Gizmo, the first one, Gizmo, the second one. They had a lot more budget-wise for the second one, so they were able to get a lot more, definition and stuff going for the animatronics and the creature design for that, which was nice. But that's about it for this figure. It does not come with any accessories. Neither do George or Lenny for this series. Doesn't come with a base or anything like that, like some of the other NECA Cult Classics one used to do. This series is kind of on their own, actually. NECA used to do the Cult Classic series, but then kind of abandoned that in the late 2000 or early 2000 kind of late 90s. So yeah, they're kind of just doing specific lines like Gremlins, Nightmare on Elm Street, a couple other ones. They have a Rocky series and a new Evil Dead series that'll be coming out here within the next year or so, so that should be kind of cool. But yeah, that's about it. And once again, thanks for watching.